I'm Lexi. I'm in the US. And I've got yet another Universal Yums box to try today. I know we've been doing a lot of these lately. We had the whole advent calendar and then I had the Italian box. But right now, tasting videos are a whole lot easier for me to do than cooking videos while I'm still sorting everything into place. Yes, I know this seems to be taking a while. If I haven't explained before now, I will be explaining shortly. And some of you may have noticed that my chalkboard is not getting the daily videos listed on it, and that is because as of now, I have yet to figure out where my chalk is. It'll happen eventually. We're all human, right? But today's Universal Yum box is from Korea. And as always, I bought these at World Market on my own, so I can give you my fair and honest opinion. So far, my fair and honest opinion has been these are a lot of fun. We've got our usual booklets, and then we've got, let's see how many treats are in here. 2, something strawberry, something chocolate, something peach. We've got 6 treats in here. That might be bubblegum. We'll do that one last. This looks spicy. Sweet and spicy. I don't know how to say these words. Tteokbokki flavored wheat and rice snack. I don't know. Tteokbokki. But that's what I'm looking at. Let's start with spicy. I usually do okay with spice. I consider myself a solid medium girl. There we go. These are a terrifying color. They are just a little bit sweet. It's a back of the mouth spice, not back of the throat, but back of the mouth. It's not overbearing. It's a medium, but not like a super strong medium. Texturally, well, they're hollow, which is interesting. And kind of like I pick these up and I expect something that's like a Pringles texture, or at first I was thinking Cheetos texture until I realized they're hollow. But like Pringles or those Munchos chips, and that is not at all what this texture is. I'm not sure how to describe this texture. It's more solid than the things I mentioned. But it still has a light, crispy quality. It's not like hard to bite into. And there is a sweetness to it, which it said sweet and spicy. I'm not sure what they use for the sweetness. Rice and wheat. Can I tell it's rice and wheat? I'm going to say yes. But that's just because it's got a quality about it that American snacks don't, because we don't really do rice snacks in America the way most of the Asian countries do. Okay, rating. While I do like spicy food, I don't tend to gravitate towards spicy snacks. So I don't think this would be something I would pick up. And again, if somebody had a bowl or was sitting eating a bag of these next to me, I'm not sure I'd be driven to say, hey, can I have a couple? But they're okay. If they ended up in my lunchbox and I was hungry, yeah, I'd eat them. But I don't think I'd pick them out of a vending machine. I'm going to say 4. They get a solid okay. Then we've got these honey butter pretzels. These could be very good. One thing about the packaging, just the 2 that I've worked on so far, it's a solid packaging. It doesn't feel like weak or flimsy. This feels thicker. than American packaging. Okay. Okay. At first I was going to say they don't feel like they've got a pretzel texture, but it's just the coating. The coating is very thick on them. They're much smaller than American pretzels, which gives them a different mouthfeel. They don't feel as light and crispy and airy. The butter is almost overwhelming. There is a slight sweetness, but you mostly get butter, and I don't think there's any salt. No. They're good, but they most definitely do not eat like an American pretzel. I could see myself craving those. That's going to be something at like 3 in the morning that I go digging in my box of Snack World looking for those. So I think I'm going to give those a 6. Yeah, 6. Normally I would do fruity first and move into chocolatey, but you know, I am really feeling fruit flavored candy recently, so we're going to start with chocolate. Ooh! Now that I've picked this up, I'm happy I did. Okay, this is a Choco Pie, a black sugar milk tea flavor. And I don't know a lot about milk tea. I've had Thai iced tea. I know this is not a Thai box, this is Korean. I've had Thai iced tea and loved it. I've had some, I think I had a milk tea once at a boba place, but I don't really remember it making much of an impression. But anyway, let's dig right into this. They kind of look a bit like moon pies. They're definitely a bit like moon pies. It's got marshmallow in the center. Kind of a graham flavored cookie. It's not quite though. It almost tastes like the cookie itself is tea flavored. It's super crumbly. The chocolate isn't leaving a ton of impression. And there's like a jelly in here. I think the jelly is what's supposed to be milk tea flavored, but I'm not getting a ton of flavor from the jelly. The biscuit is what holds most of it, but there is a little bit of tea flavor that comes in at the very end from the jelly. That is extremely interesting. I'm not sure that I'd want a whole box, but like a flavor variety box that had 2 or 3 of 6 different flavors in it, they'd get eaten. It's not like they'd be the last ones left in the box that are sitting in the cabinet for all eternity. I will give those a 6. Okay. We're going to do the gum last. I think I'll do the strawberry. I think these are cookies. Yeah, these are cookies. Strawberry cookies next. Okay. I believe these are like a sandwich cookie kind of vibe. Oh! That's kind of interesting. Instead of being like a tray of cookies that like we get here, they're individually wrapped. So this would make it, again, perfect for taking to work or throwing in a lunchbox. Feels like there might be 3 cookies in here. And at least when I was growing up, 3 cookies was the right number of cookies to put in a lunchbox. Open. And again, this packaging is much more solid than packaging in the US. Yes, there's 3 cookies in here. The cookie part itself is a bit thinner than an Oreo, more delicate looking. They smell like strawberry ice cream. So that more artificial strawberry flavor than like a strawberry jam. The filling is a very pale, I don't think you can see that on camera with this lighting, a very pale pink. So no artificial food dye would be my guess. Well, first of all, the biscuit, the cookie, is very delicate. Biscuit. Where am I? I've been doing these videos too long if I'm calling these biscuits. And by itself is very neutral, not even very sweet. The filling pleasantly sweet. Initially tastes like strawberry ice cream, but there's actually just a hint of strawberry jam flavor in there, where it's just the barest edge of tartness and of like a true fruit flavor. It's interesting to me how they did that. I've never had like a mix of artificial and natural strawberry flavor in a thing. I've only ever had one or the other. Not bad. While I love strawberries, strawberry ice cream and strawberry creamy things are never my go-to, because I really like when fruit has some tartness to it. I know a lot of people don't, but I do. So again, I don't think I'd probably buy a box of those in the store, but if there's a chocolate version or a lemon version, I'd be all over that. The biscuits are just, did it again. The cookies are just so delicate that they're lovely. I think those get a 6 as well. Peach candy of some sort. Peach candy. Oh, peach gummies. It says gummies on the back in an English label. A stuck-on English label, but I know they're gummies. Ooh. They're very fragrant. They're these cute little, you know what, I'm not going to show that on camera because we all know what a peach emoji looks like, and they look very much like peach emojis, and they're cute. They've got a good chew to them. Definitely more of a chew than a sink your teeth through. And a nice peach flavor. I think I'll give those a 7. I like them quite a bit. And last thing in the box, blueberry soda. It says that in English. And then from the picture, I think this is gum. No. Maybe. The blueberry on the picture is definitely blowing a bubble. But the back says sweet and sour chews. Let's try the booklet. I don't want to try and swallow this if it isn't gum. Yeah, this definitely says candy in the information that they're providing. And this is the kind of thing that I've been very into lately. So I think I'm going to like these. We don't do a ton of blueberry candy in the States. It's mostly blue raspberry if you're going to get blue. No artificial food dye. This is actually kind of pink, even though it's blueberry and branded blue. Ooh, these are nice and soft, like they're squishy. Okay, definitely candy, not gum. Softer than a Starburst. Softer than a High Chew. I've just recently gotten into High Chews. I never tried them before, like 3 weeks ago. So good. I've had to go out and try all the flavors because me. I love this texture. You get the nice chew without being afraid you're going to pull out dental work. As far as the blueberryness, blueberry is kind of a hard flavor to pinpoint. So I'm not positive I'd know it was blueberry if it didn't say it on the label, but I'm perfectly happy calling it blueberry. I like it. As far as like the blueberry soda part, I don't get what's soda about it. That's just fine. If they want to brand it soda because it makes it more popular, it still tastes like blueberries. That's the important part. I did see in the booklet that those come in other flavors and that the blueberry is the newest. They come in peach, grape, lemonade, strawberry, and kiwi. And I would happily eat any of those. And I kind of wish I had like a whole box of just those, because these are going to disappear very quickly. This is my favorite thing in the box, and I'm going to give these an 8.5. I am a fan of the blueberry soda chewy candy. But that's all I've got for today. Do you like these Universal Yums boxes? I certainly do. I'd like to keep doing them if you want to keep watching them. But that's all I've got for today. So if you could give the video a like and subscribe if you haven't already, I'd really appreciate it. And as always, I'll see you next time. Bye.